that he defeated. Well, I'll tell you, that sport is starting to grow.
Karate?
That's exciting, the PKA full karate. Right here, though, it's the bottom of the fifth. The game is official. Sox on top, 3-0. 3-4-0 for the Sox, 0-1-0 for Texas. It'll be Vance Law, the 8th place hitter, Jerry Dybzinski, and Tony Bernazar to face Frank Tanana. Vance over 1, fly to right field, his first at bat. Curveball catches the inside corner. And I'll tell you, you got an old pro, an old veteran behind that plate, and Jerry Neudecker. And with the rain coming like this, you better start swinging that bat.
Oh, yes, sir. I was thinking about that about the 3rd inning.
Fastball inside.
He will go back to the old school right here. If it's close, son, be swinging.
Change up. Bucky Dent, easy to Hopper. As the throw is high, but O'Brien comes down and puts it on him.
Well, that's what you can get on that wet grass, and also hitting on that muddy infield right now. The infielders got to make sure they get a good grip of the ball. You can see that the feet starting to slip a little bit on Dent, but O'Brien making the tag going by.
Well, you can see him losing control right here. Watch as he gets right there, the ball coming out of his hand. A little soon. There's O'Brien making a nice play. Here's Jerry Dybzinski. First time up, line hard to Billy Sample and deep in left. Good change.
Well, Ken, a lot of people, a lot of our viewers might be saying, well, how come they're letting him play in the rain? And, of course, it started raining very early. And one of the keys that the umpires will watch very carefully, it will start with key number 1, the pitcher's mound, and then at home plate. They've already put the absorbing compound on the pitcher's mound a couple of times and in the batter's boxes. But once the mound gets too slick, they will not take any chances after that. That's really a key right there. And there's a veteran, Jerry Neudecker, behind the plate.
Well, the thing is, they don't want the conditions to become such as you can have an injury out there.
Right.
So when it gets a little slicky, at that point they might have to delay it for a while until they can put some of that absorption compound all over the place. Ball and a strike to Jerry. But these are more or less unsaid rules in baseball. There's a shot base hit. Well, he just put the hammer down on it. Jerry rounding first base very hard, slips as he goes around the bag. So Dybzinski 1 for 2.
Well, Jerry got the fastball right there, and he rifled it to left. Now, what made him slip going around the bag? He's picking up mud in those spikes going down to first base. He hit the top of the bag, and he skidded going off the top of the bag. Boy, you've got to be careful because this is a little hazardous. And here's where you can pull a leg muscle, twist an ankle. You've got to be very careful. You're doing a lot of things flat-footed now that you don't normally do.
Here's Tony. Curveball. Backdoors him in and over. Tony 1 for 2. He lined to left in the first, and he doubled to left in the third. Outfield fairly deep. Swung around a few steps to the left as Tanana goes over to O'Brien. 6-6 tie at Fulton County Stadium in Georgia. Cubs and the Braves. That's in the 5th inning. Dybzinski gets a good jump. Boy, he had it stolen as that pitch fouled out of play. The changeup. And down to Sundberg would have even attempted a throw.
Boy, he had a good pitch to go on, and plus his good jump.
0-2.
Good jump plus change equals stolen base. Boy, it is coming down.
Looks worse on TV than it does right here.
Well, that's true. You're
Always
right.
does. Good lead by Dybzinski once again. Boy, he is way out there.
Tell you where you can look in the reflection of the lights in the Sox dugout on the steps. So that's the best way we can tell.
The lost 2 strikes. Got him on the off-speed change.
There you take another look at it. Bernazard going after the bad pitch. These are the kind of evenings when you come out to the ballpark tomorrow, you wear about a 7 3/8 hat. You come to the park tomorrow and put it on, it's about a 7 1/8.
6 3/4.
Yeah. Doesn't quite fit. Willie Thompson, he'll be going through a few hats tonight, I think.
Carlton Fisk, 0 for 2 twice, has bounced out to the left side. Once to Bell, once to Dent.
Of course, Willie, the Sox clubhouse man, travels with them all over. He's a man. He's like the 10th man out there.
He can eat more chicken than Wade Boggs. I'll bet on that.
Oh, I will too.
Well, they got him picked off. That'll do it. Nothing across for the Sox. There was a hit. No errors. Nobody left. And after 5, 3-0. Sox on top of the Rangers. Lamar Hoyt has shut down the Rangers. No runs on just 1 hit through the first 5 innings and has himself a little sharp 3-0 lead. Lamar won his last start. That was in Kansas City last Sunday by a score of 11-3. Hoyt, 2-2 lifetime against Texas, will face Dent, Sample, and Tolleson. Outfield shortened up, shaded around to the right. Breaking ball in and over. Vance Law, a couple of steps now, 1 step back of the line at third. As you check the Sox defense, the way they'll play Bucky Dent. Slider left side, Law right there, sucks it up. 1 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ground balls thrown by Hoyt so far to go along with the 3 strikeouts. That's getting the job done.
Yeah, Roger Bossard, you got to give him a lot of credit because he has kept that mound in excellent shape. I have not seen Hoyt or Tanana have any misfooting whatsoever.
Here's the left fielder, Billy Sample. He struck out on a good curveball back in the 3rd inning. Outfield straight away. The bunt, fouls it off. Count 0-1. Top of the 7th now, Cleveland. Angels 4, Indians 3. Bottom of the 6th at Yankee Stadium. Oakland 2, New York 1. Guidry on the mound for the Yankees. Milwaukee leading Seattle 3-1. Top of the 5th at County Stadium. That's a ball hit deep. You can't forget it. Hanger downtown. For Sample, his 5th homer of the year.
And he got it all, Ken. He got, as you say, that hanger right up in his eyes, and he rode it out of here in a hurry.
Good pop in his bat.
Take another peek at it. Bam.
What a nice pitch to hit. Here's Wayne Tolleson 0 for 2. Law in close at 3rd as the sinker misses. Tolleson out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Done a good job filling in for Mike Richard. Breaking ball inside, 2-0. Fastball catches the outside corner, 2-1. And fans, another reminder on tomorrow's start. It's not on most of these schedules, but it's a 3:05 start. So if you're, there's a high chopper, Law in close, now backs up, guns it underneath, high throw. That'll be off the photographer's well. As Tolleson, good speed. Little switch hitter hitting left-handed. You got to make the play like that. It's a do or die.
That's all it is, do or die. That high chopper, that's an old Casey Stengel Butcher Boy shot right there. The epitome of it. Swing down, hit it high, and run.
They give him an error. I'd have to give him a base hit on that one.
Oh, that is not an error at all.
Nope. That's a tough call right there. Vance is not going to throw him out if it's on the money, even though he really got a lot underneath. You can see Tollefson had it beat, but they give him an error. Here's Buddy Bell. Well, they try to tie this game up in a hurry with that hack. I'm not going to put the error down.
I already had that written down as a hit. Now nope, they don't change it. Not yet. They have it on the scoreboard.
Breaking ball, Vance Law. Oh, to Bernazard for one. Tony can't turn it. Slipped just a little bit at second as he's trying to turn it flat-footed.
Well, here it is again. Law making sure that he gets his feet planted right. Now the throw there. Bernazard, see that back foot slipping just a little bit. Never got anything on the throw. Bell certainly better than average speed going down the line.
They did indeed change it now, so it is a base hit for Wayne Tollefson. Here's Pete O'Brien. Fastball on the outside corner. O'Brien has flied to center and struck out. Breaking ball. Good one. Took just a little something off of it. Had O'Brien out in front. 0-2. Final now from Toronto. The Red Sox and John Tudor, the left-hander, shut out Jim Clancy and the Blue Jays 2-0. Another breaking ball. Got it. Fourth strikeout for Hoyt. That'll do it for the Rangers. Nothing. Check that. 1 run on 2 hits. Billy Sample's 5th home of the year, and after 5.5, it's 3-1 Sox. They see our next televised game tomorrow. We will be on the air at 2:30, but the game will have a 3:05 start. It'll be Richard Dotson trying to break that 4-game losing streak, and he will be opposed by the knuckleballing right-hander Charlie Huff. But right here in the bottom of the 6th, that's the totals on the board. As Tanana still on the mound for the Rangers, will face Fisk, Baines, and Luzinski. Carlton 0 for 2. Slow curveball dropped in over at the knees. Outfield really swung around to the left. Bit of a gap in right center field, but Parrish well over into right center. Ooh, Carlton didn't quite get out of the way of that one. Nipped him.
Carlton, I don't know. It just got him on that left toe. Couldn't get the toe out of the way.
Looked like one of those guys who's seen a fight to get hits, and about 3 seconds later finally decides he's going down.
Look at Fudge. He's hot. He's not mad at anybody but himself. He's just probably saying, how in the world did that ball hit me? Thought he had it all the way, and all of a sudden got him right off the top of that left foot.
Right on the bunion.
You know, in his career, he's had enough hit off the top of those toes. He doesn't need any more.
Taking a beating. Here's Harold Baines. Harold 1 for 2, drove in the 3rd Sox run in the 3rd, knocking in Tony Bernazard. Harold now with 24 RBIs on the year. Outfield straight away and deep for Baines. Harold lifetime hitting .328 against the Rangers, but this year coming into tonight in the 4 games hitting just .143. Now it drops down. Bell in close at 3rd as Baines faked the bunt. Ball and no strikes. Slow curveball. 21. Here's Doug Rader, 38-year-old manager in his first year in the big leagues. At the helm of a club. Doug had a couple of years managerial experience in Hawaii. The San Diego organization. Another slow curveball inside, and it's 2-1. that Red Sox 2-0 victory over Toronto, John Tudor threw a one-hitter. Dave Collins picked up the only base hit in the 4th inning, a single. Fisk takes off. Baines hits a deep drive to right field. Parrish goes back right at the wall, now reaches up as Baines just got it on the end of the bat.
Well, the air's a little heavy right now, too, with that rain falling. And as you say, Kenny got it out on the end of the bat. At the start of the evening, that could be a little different story because we didn't have the rain. The rain coming in, maybe what, the 2nd or 3rd inning? Look at it again. Curveball. Harold didn't get it all.
Here's Greg Luzinski. He's 0 for 2, but he has just missed 2 of them. Popped up to left, then he popped up to center. Takes a little low. Bull now hitting at .202 on the season. Fisk a decent lead at first. Change up outside, 2-0. Rangers with a mark of 22-20. They are 2 games back, tied for 2nd in the West. Hit hard and deep to center field. George Wright. Well, that wind and that rain knocking it down as Wright hauls it in for out number 2.
Jerry Neudecker pointing to first base umpire George Maloney, looking for the ground screw. They want more of the compound at the end of this inning in the batter's box and on the mound.
Tom Paciorek will stand in for his 3rd time. He singled and scored a run in the 2nd, and he was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Fisk with a pretty good lead. Outfield playing time to pull. Good changeup. 0-1. Pete O'Brien holding Fisk on. Hard hit. Bucky Dent playing over in the hole. Can't get there. Fisk now trying to tread his way around second base. Holes. So Paciorek now 2 for 2. And here comes Ron Kittle.
Now Tommy just reached out. They had a little bit of a shift on. Dent over to his right and just hit it right by Dent's left. Fisk to second base. You can see kind of tippy-toeing around that bag. There'll be no quick moves tonight.
So Kittle steps in back in the 2nd after Paciorek hit single. Ronnie got a curveball from Tanana and just smoked it out over the plate, up about thigh, off the facade of the upper deck. Sundberg still chatting with Tanana. Frank's first start of the year. He was just killing a little time as now manager Doug Rader slowly out of the bullpen, out of the dugout, as he has in his bullpen right-handed pitcher John Butcher. So we might see a little change right here as the Rangers down by 2. They trail it 3-1. There's John Butcher. You can see the rain falling constantly now for about 4 innings. So he's given the sign. Indeed, he will make a change as a break in the action, and we'll take a break here in the bottom of the 6th. Totals on the board for the Sox: 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. For Texas, 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors.
Standard John Butcher comes on a record of 2-1 and an earned run average of 4.83, making his 11th appearance of the year. He started 1 time. He has a save. He's worked in 32 2/3 innings, allowed 38 hits, 17 runs, all earned. He's given up 3 home runs. He's walked 12, and he struck out 15. Now, John Butcher, a 6'4", 190-pounder out of Glendale, California, makes his home still in Glendale. Last year with Texas, a record of 1-5. So the tall right-hander comes on to try and settle the Sox down here in the bottom of the 6th.
And while we have a little time, we'll check the scoreboard for you. In the National League, Jody Davis is homered in the top of the 6th inning. That's his 5th of the year. And the Cubs have taken a 7-6 lead over Atlanta. Rainey, Proley, and Brustar for the Cubs. Pascual, Perez, Bahena, and Forster so far for the Braves. At Three River Stadium in Cincinnati. Check the Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. The Reds leading Pittsburgh 9-0 after 8. Candelaria started for Pittsburgh, relieved by Neiman in the 8th. Soto and Guante for the Reds. Montreal leading Philadelphia 4-1. That's after 5.5 at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Sanderson for the Expos. Carlton started for the Phillies, relieved by Willie Hernandez in the 6th. And after 5 at the Astrodome in Houston, it's a Cardinals 1, the Astros 1. Andujar and Rule working against each other in that game. Later on, New York will be at San Diego. Seaver against Shao. And San Francisco at L.A. Hamaker against Welch. In the American League, in the first of 2, Detroit defeated Minnesota Tiger Stadium 7-4. 7-12-2 for the Tigers. 4-7-2 for the Twins. One homer. Wackenfuss is 2nd of the year. Pashnik, Larry Pashnik, the winner. He's 1-0. Lysander, the loser, 1-2. In the second game after 4, it's the Tigers on top of Minnesota. 1-0. Filson for the Twins. Rosema for Detroit. Right here, right-hander John Butcher has completed his warm-up tosses. And he will face Ron Kittle with Carlton Fisk at 2nd and Tom Paciorek at 1st. 2 out, bottom of the 6th, Sox leading 3-1. Nothing in 1 to count to Ronnie. Outfield deep. Now Wright starts to move over towards center as that pitch chopped foul, and it's 0-2. Partial line on Frank Tanana, 5 2/3 innings of work. 3 runs, all earned, 6 hits. Did not walk a Sox batter. Struck out 2 and hit 2. Due to this rain, we have lost. Our center field camera is down. Trying to get that corrected for you. No balls, 2 strikes to Kittle. Got it. Good all-speed pitch, and that'll take care of the Sox here in the 6th. Nothing across. It was a hit. No errors, 2 men left. And after 6 is 3-1 White Sox. 7th inning. And with Don Drysdale, this is Ken Harrelson as the Sox hold a 3-1 lead. Defensive change. Rusty Kuntz has moved into center field. So Tom Paciorek, who was in right, comes out. Harold Baines moves back into right, and Rusty Kuntz, the center fielder. So Hoyt will face Parrish, Bittner in right, and then to call it for you, here's Donnie.
Okay, Ken, Parrish tonight has bounced a short and bounced a third. He's 0 for 2. Rusty Kuntz will bat in Tom Paciorik's position in the fifth position as Parrish doesn't get the first pitch. Mark Johnson, young American League umpire, has come on, and he is at third base. Oh, and 2 the count. That's your new umpire at third base. Steve Palermo has moved over to second. A shot down the line. Fair ball. Kittle over in a hurry. Parrish on his way for second. He's there with a double. Now Parrish got the off-speed pitch, and he just hammered it.
Parrish swinging the bat well. 3 hits last night. Just waited on the off-speed breaking ball, and then slapped it right by Vance at third. For Larry, that's his 7th double of the season. That will bring on Larry Bittner.
Bittner tonight has bounced to third, bounced to first. Foul left side. 0-1 the count. You see Parrish with his 7th double of the year. Now the Sox 3 and the Texas Rangers 1. 0-2 the count. On deck, George Wright. Salome Barojas throwing in the bullpen behind Lamar Hoyt. 0-2 the count. And the count goes to 1-2. Rain still falling, but not as hard right now as it has been for the last few innings. Missing low, the count 2-2. Boy, a tip of the cap to Roger Bossert and his grounds crew. They have been working diligently and keeping this field in playing condition. Right side, as Bittner gets the job done, Parrish goes to third. So there's one gone, and George Wright will stand in. Wright 1 for 2. Bounced to first. He singled his last time at bat with 2 outs in the 5th inning. That was the first hit that Hoyt gave up tonight. Lamar has given up 4. Parrish at third. Sox on top. 3-1. Infield back. They'll give up the run for the out. All except Vance Law at third. He's up the cut of the grass. Foul out of play. 0-1 the count. The outfield about straight away. Oakland 2-1 over the Yankees in the top of the 7th. Milwaukee 3-1 over Seattle in the top of the 7th at County Stadium. First game of the doubleheader, Detroit defeated Minnesota 7-4. And the second game, top of the 6th, the Tigers lead it 1-0. High chopper, and that's going to be trouble. Bernazard, a tough play. They get him. And the run scores. Good play by Bernazard. It's 3-2 Sox.
Tony knew it was going to be a tough play because George Wright can get down the line. Excellent speed. Watch Tony charge it all the way. Gets in position right there. Takes it off to the side. Quickly shuffles it off to Chris Nyman at first.
So with 2 outs, here's Jim Sundberg. The infield fan for Sundberg. Law guarding the line at third. Breaking pitch for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Cincinnati has shut out Pittsburgh 9-0. The Cardinals and Houston tied at 1 in the top of the 7th down in the Astrodome. They appeal. They say no. Giants will be at Dodger Stadium tonight. The Mets down in San Diego with the Padres. Now it's 4-4. The Angels and the Indians in the top of the 8th. The Cubbies on top of Atlanta 7-6, the bottom of the 7th. Outside 2-1. Montreal 3-1 over Philadelphia. That's in the bottom of the 6th. Law to his left, and they get him. So the side is retired. The Rangers are gone, but they had another run. On a hit, no errors, they leave nobody to the bottom of the 7th. It is 3-2 White Sox. Now John Butcher completing his warm-up tosses, a 3-2 Sox lead. And for the Sox, they will go to Mike Squires. He will hit for Chris Nyman. Vance Law on deck. Now Squires coming on. Mike hitting 194 with an RBI. strike. Looks like he's bringing out a Harold Baines model with a little grip on that bat. $17,527 tonight. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
And they're going home with that Yago Sangria seat cushion with the beautiful logo of the All-Star game.
There's a few of them been sitting around with that seat cushion on their head. There's a high fly ball right field, and Parrish right there. That is out number 1.
And fans, for the best in NASL outdoor soccer coverage, have Sports Vision installed in your home today. Don't miss a minute of exciting NASL action, and tune in to a major sporting event every night of the year. Get exclusive coverage of 112 White Sox games plus additional American League matchups. And to order Sports Vision, just dial on TV at 699-6688 or call your local cable company.
Here's Vance Law. Takes a first pitch low, 1-0. Law has flying to right, bounce to short. 0 for 2 tonight. Well, the rain's just barely coming down now. Two balls and no strikes. See just a while ago the shot of that fan sitting in the stands with that seat cushion on top of his head. 3-0. 17,527. Brave ones here tonight. And they've stayed right with it. A lot of them moved back for cover once the rain started to fall in the very early innings. There's a strike in the count. 3-1. On deck, Jerry Dubzinski. Right side, 2 hops. Right there, Tallison to O'Brien, 2 gone. Dubzinski comes on. Jerry tonight 1 for 2. Line to left. And he singled his last time at bat to left. 3-2, Sox on top. Baltimore on top of Kansas City 5-3 in the top of the 6th. Angels at bat, 4-4 tie with the Indians, top of the 8th as Dubzinski takes a strike. Oakland still on top of the Yankees, 2-1 in the top of the 7th. That's Guidry going for the Yankees. Right side by Butcher. Tolleson charging to O'Brien. 1-2-3. The Sox are gone in the 7th. After 7th, the Sox lead at 3-2. And let's go back to the studios where it's warm and dry to Mike Lederman. Need any of that absorption compound down there at the studios? We've got a problem. Right here, the Sox on top, 3-2. We go to the top of the 8th, and it'll be Bucky Dent to lead it off. Roger Bossert, he's working up a little lather out there tonight. He has earned his pay and a half. He's done a great job.
He's going to get that 35-inch waist down to 32 in a hurry.
Dent tonight has popped to first and bounced to third. Takes a strike in the count. 0-1.
There you
we
go.
Get our center field camera back. Thank you, men. Right side, Bernazard there, bobbles and has it in front of him, throws him out. Squires is at first as he stays in the game. Squires hit for Nyman.
Tony does this just about as well as anyone in the American League. Boy, he keeps the ball in front of him. You'll see it take that little hop up off the wrist, hits him on that left shoulder, controls it. Very seldom do you see a ball bounce away from Tony Bernazard.
Here's Billy Sample. Homered his last time at bat, and he struck out. He's 1 for 2. A strike, 0-1. To the count.
Mark says, no more hangers for you, young man.
Hey, you're in that position right now, last few innings, where you cannot afford to make a mistake. Just concentrate a little harder on every time you draw it back. Right side, Baines coming on, lots of room. And that is out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Dwayne Tollefson, the second baseman and the leadoff hitter. Tollefson 1 for 3 tonight. His bounce is second, struck out. He singled his last time at bat, a high chopper up the third base side that Law had to go back and try and make an off balance throw on. Tollefson beat it out. Takes a strike and the count is 0-1. But here comes Law. He smelled it and throws him out. Good play by Vance Law. Now the Rangers are gone in the 8th. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left to the bottom of the 8th. The Sox lead at 3-2.
Fourth, the Sox and Jovan will team up to bring you a fabulous fireworks display following the Sox game with the Kansas City Royals. This game will feature a special 5:55 start, so you're assured of seeing plenty of fireworks all night long. The Jovan White Sox fireworks night, Saturday, June 4th against the Royals.
Here's Tony Bernazard. 1 for 3 tonight. He doubled in the third and scored. Butcher missing outside, the count 1-0. Right now, that is the difference in the ball game.
And Jody Davis has done it once again. He hit his second home run of the game, his 6th of the year, and 8th, and now the Cubs lead Atlanta 8-6. That's after 7.5.
1 ball and 1 strike. Carlton Fisk on deck. Two balls and a strike. The off-speed pitch getting away from Butcher. Bell up inside the bag at third. Outfield playing Bernazard slightly to the opposite field. Foul back, 2-2 the count. Well, those Red Sox, they were talking about going up there to Toronto and facing that arsenal of pitching that they had to see with the Blue Jays, starting with Steve. They've done nothing but win the first 2. That's fouled away. That's where the Sox will go after tomorrow's game and Sunday's game. 3 days in Boston. Don't forget, tomorrow and Sunday, it'll be Sox Cap weekend. Got him looking, and Bernazard knew it. He just walks away. There's the Texas bullpen. That's Tovic, a right-hander, throwing. So the second strikeout for Butcher, and Carlton Fisk will come on. If you're looking to the Texas ninth, they have Bell, O'Brien, and Parrish. And if need be, Bittner, the heart of that Texas order. Fisk takes a strike, 0-1 the count. So we hope you make your plans to be with us tomorrow and Sunday. High fly ball left field. Lots of room for Billy Sample. And he squeezes it out, number 2. And it'll bring on Harold Baines. Tomorrow afternoon, don't forget, game time 3:05, a special start. Sports Vision will be on at 2:30. And the cap that'll be given away will be the Sox home cap tomorrow. Then on Sunday afternoon, it'll be the road cap to the first 40,000 fans. Right field. Perry's got a bad start. Now coming on. Dives. Can't make the play. Tollefson all the way out there to make the play, and Baines is at second. Boy, what hustle by Tollefson and also Baines. Parrish, an excellent attempt.
Another case of the strong hitter swinging hard, hitting it on the end of the bat. The outfielder breaking back, And Larry Parrish just could not recover. Good effort. But there you see the second baseman, Wayne Tollison, quickly pouncing on it and making it a fairly close play at second. There you see for Baines his 7th double of the year.
Now with Baines standing at second base, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Sox on top 3-2. And here's Greg Luzinski. The Bull is 0 for 3 tonight. Has flied to left and to center twice. On deck, Rusty Kuntz. Oh, 0-1 to the Bull. Outfield deep to the left. Oh, 2 the count. Rain has now stopped. Just missing, and the count 1-2. Cleveland at bat in the bottom of the 9th, still in a 4-4 tie with California. Baines at second. Here the Sox on top 3-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Foul at the plate. Count remains 1-2. Seattle now 3-2 over. Check that. Milwaukee 3-2 over Seattle in the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Sundberg getting that mud out of his face.
What's a foul tip right here from Bull? Sends it right down, and that mud bouncing up, that sand, getting both Sundberg and Jerry Neudecker.
Baltimore on top of Kansas City 6-3 in the bottom of the 6th, way up over his head. Got him. And the Bull strikes out. And the Sox are gone. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. Through 8 complete, the Sox lead it 3-2. In the top of the 9th, Buddy Bell will lead it off, followed by Pete O'Brien and Larry Parrish in that order. $17,527 paid tonight. Bell is 0 for 3. 1 ball and no strike. Hoyt trying to pitch his 2nd complete game of the year and the 5th for the Sox staff. Curveball for the strike. Bell doesn't like it. Montreal leading Philadelphia 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th at Philly. Foul away. The count 1-2. Bergmeyer has gone in to pitch for the A's in the 7th inning at New York. And Smith now pitching for the Cubs in the 8th inning. To right field and playable. Baines is there. And that is out number 1. Now Pete O'Brien will stand in. O'Brien 0 for 3 tonight, is flying to center and struck out his last 2 times at bat. There's the pitching line on Lamar Hoyt after his 4th win of the year. He's pitched a whale of a ball game. Tanana and Butcher pitched well. 1 ball and no strikes. Under the conditions tonight, we have to give all 3 of these guys credit.
Hoyt's pitched a lot of good games this year.
Oh, he has. We talked about that before, Ken. His record certainly is no indication of what it could be or should be. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck, Larry Parrish. Deep to center field. Kuntz a long way to go. Heavy air. Rusty's there. Out number 2. Now the Rangers are down to their final out, and Larry Parrish, who has bounced this short He's bounced at third. He doubled and scored his last time at bat. And you've only got to think about one thing right here. You've got to think about keeping the ball in the yard.
You got to think about keeping the ball away from Larry Parrish. 3-2 ball game, 2 out, top of the ninth. He is strong, but if he beats you with that wind blowing in, it's got to be the other way.
And he goes the other way, gets it over the outside corner. 0-1 the count. One ball, one strike. Outside, 2-1. Larry Bittner on deck. The outfield all deep. They don't want a ball hit over their head. Law guarding the line at third. The infield very deep. Shot, base hit, left field. Now there's the strength of Parrish. That is the 5th hit for Texas tonight. He got that ball off the end of the bat. But still strong enough to hit it through the hole on that left side, and that hole a little bigger with Law guarding the line. Now Larry Bittner will stand in. Bittner's 0 for 3 tonight. He has not gotten the ball out of the infield. He has bounced to third, bounced to first, and popped to first. Outside, and the count 1-0. Baines deep right. Kuntz deep straightaway center. Kittle deep and left. Maybe the shallowest of all three. The left-hander Bittner standing in. Foul left side. Law moving over right to the box seat railing, and that'll be back about 5 rows. So the count goes to 1-1. One ball and one strike. 2 outs. The tying run at first base and Larry Parrish. And Lamar doesn't like the feel of that baseball. He wants another one. And he doesn't like that one. He said, I'll try one more. One the count. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Check that, top of the ninth. With the Sox on top, 3-2. Base hit, center field. Parrish to second base. He's going to turn and go to third. He will make it without a throw. Now the Rangers have runners at first and third, and that will bring on George Wright. So the 6th Texas hit. And Dave Duncan going to the mound.
High sinker right there. Stayed on the bat. And Larry Bittner, good solid contact hitter, just drilled it right back through the middle. And Duncan wants to go out. Got George Wright. As we talked about the last couple of days, Wright much more effective from the left side of the plate than he is from the right side. Matter of fact, coming in hitting .301 left-handed and .189 right-handed.
And the only man throwing in the bullpen is Salome Barojas, a right-hander. Now the outfield will play their normal position right now with Wright. Hickey had been throwing the couple of innings ago, but it's now Barojas. And the Rangers with a tying run 90 feet away. The go-ahead run at first in Larry Bittner. That's Parrish at third. Bittner at first. Hit foul. Out of play. Now good speed in right at the plate. Parrish down the line at third. Squires holding Bittner at first. to be alive with anything. Foul out of play. 0-2 the count. Now the Rangers are down to their final strike in their final out. The Sox 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Rangers 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Well, the fans come alive as they have the count 0-2. And they look for the strikeout right here to end it. 17,527, and most of them have braved the weather, and they've seen a good one. Just got a piece of it.
That was a good pitch to hit right there. Breaking ball up, took just a little something off of it. Unfortunately, George Wright fouled it back. Oh, and 2.
Left side, Law. The throw to Squires, and they get him. And the ball game is over. Well, Lamar Hoyt pitches his second complete game of the year. A route-going performance as the Sox defeat the Texas Rangers 3-2 on a little iffy play. Jammed him with a fastball, Hawk.
Head inside out and watch Vance Law. Now that infield very wet. Vance is trying to make as sure of the throw as possible. Throws it into the line a little bit. Fortunately, he got enough on it to where Squires could come off the bag and make the tag.
Now that will do it for the Texas Rangers in the 9th. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. They leave a couple. And the final score in game number 2, it's the White Sox 3, the Texas Rangers 2.